What's going on, winners? Your boy Lil Soul 2.0. And today we're going to continue reading. I know I've been reading this pretty much all month, but Nine-Figure Mindset, How to Go from Zero to Over $100 million in Net Worth by Brandon Dawson, 4 by John C. Maxwell. Okay, we're going to read that. Now, before I get started with this, man, the voice just asked for a couple things. For one, click that subscribe button below, subscribe to the Winners Win channel. If you're watching this on, subscribe to the Winners Win channel. My apologies, I don't know why I was about to say something else. Comment below, share it, whatever you got to do, right? But follow me. And excuse the wiggling of the camera and all stuff like that. I'm trying to get that together. Freaking broke my darn stand today. So listen, we getting it done though. I got to get these messages out to you guys. So we're picking up on page 69. Not every owner would have the same goals or would be willing to put the same effort into the business as others would. This new model will be flexible enough to allow us to devote only as many resources we needed to help each other achieve their goals, and no matter what those goals were. So the idea of you want to achieve goals, it's easier to do it as a team and not just look at it as a team as, oh, I'm just going to achieve these goals. It's me, 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 me. No, look at it as a fact of like, no, it's we, like together, right? Like French. We, like as together, we bounce ideas off each other. We collaborate with each other. My ideas, your ideas are just as important as my ideas. I may be the leader, but your ideas are just as important, and they help build something to make it simple. Now, the company would have to be profitable enough to pay our management fee and co-share in our equity appreciation owner qualify as a partner. Those who weren't profitable enough will be taken on as customers. And once we grew them large enough, they will qualify for the option to join us as partners. However, once we took them on as clients, our pathways to success will be aligned, not adversarial. When I visioned and wanted to create was shared equity and decentralized organizational ownership structure that allowed everyone to be empowered and aligned to creating value individually and collectively by working together. Sonus had taught me that telling a business owner, one who had operated a business with any degree of success for decades, that I was going to buy them and deploy all sorts of new concepts, disciplines, and best practices wouldn't work in the long term. Instead, I've reasoned it would be better to tell them how much I respected them in their company than I could explain to them the different businesses I built, including one engineer to help their business grow bigger, better, and faster and make more money and value, not just for them, but also for their peers who help contribute IP and growth strategies. I will build additional group IP that could individually and collectively share and deploy based on best practices with everyone moving faster and having more impact together. So when he was acquiring Brandon, when he was acquiring these businesses, he wasn't just going in with the idea of like, he's just right, we're doing things my way or the highway. He came in with the idea of like, yo, let's work together. Let's talk about it. These are what I did for my company. This is where you're successful in. Let's come with a mutual agreement to see how we can build this together. Right? Again, teamwork, not just the idea of I'm going to do everything myself because I'm the man and I can do what I want. No, he came in with that idea that he can still help other people. So I love that about Brandon too, as well, what he came in with. All right, continuing. One of the biggest benefits I got from running Sonus was buying a business that was listed on a public stock exchange. This taught me the responsibility of looking at financials, having a system for governance, instilling discipline in the organization, and creating a process for how to make and implement decisions. Few business owners understood these skills, so transfer my knowledge to them was the germ of the idea that would become Audigi Group. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, dang, sorry about that. Continuing. This was a fairly radical idea. So let me make an important point. When I criticized the conventional B school thinking about the numbers never lying, I meant that the numbers weren't the point. The fact that a certain market can support projected revenues of XYZ may be as certain as gravity, but it does absolutely nothing to inspire people to go beyond their current level of belief or effectiveness, or dare I say effort. Something else has to inspire them to think bigger and do more, to overcome the comfort with their income and help them see how much more they could aspire to and actually achieve. So he was talking about the idea of like, he wasn't just about helping them be like, he was trying to inspire them to get past their level of thinking, not just to look at it as like numbers. Don't look at people as numbers. That's a lot of times that's where businesses fail, leaderships fail, because they're so focused on looking at other individuals as a number as opposed to looking at them as an actual human being. So Brandon did a good job of not even focusing on the numbers, just focusing on the people, on the training. And when you focus on those things, everything else seems to increase as you continue to go. And that's my level of thinking too as well. Not to focus on the numbers as much. Oh, you're not doing this and that. I showed them the numbers. I talk about the numbers, but I'm mostly focused on, with my representatives and my team, I focus more on the people and then see how much they can grow. My second epiphany occurred when I joined Hector's team at Primerica and witnessed an entirely new attitude in the workplace. At Primerica, most of the people I worked with showed great enthusiasm for learning and developing themselves. They devoted loads of energy to working extra hours and bringing in friends and showing them how to be successful. It looked like the polar opposite of traditional business, where you put someone on payroll and they live for the weekend. The energy at Primerica was intoxicating. Everyone to test themselves to see how much they could grow. I love that, creating a work environment. This is actually something I'm gonna take from that too as well, which I like to do too as well. Create a work environment that supports people wanting to grow in the business, wanting to be successful, wanting to work harder, actually come to work to have fun. Not even just about them. It's about them coming to work and having fun, not them just coming to work just to get a paycheck and then they get the weekends off, but they actually want to have fun. So I like that too as well. Their motivations came from what they did or what someone told them to do, and more from awareness what they were doing would lead to bigger opportunities. And traditional business owners don't put much energy into painting a picture of growth for new talent. Primerica is set up to do exactly that by presenting a vivid picture of the ladder of upward mobility, a practice I would later develop into something I called an employee maturity model. My employee maturity model shows you exactly what you could do to advance in an organization to reach your short, medium, and long-term goals. At Primerica, you have to attain the right certifications to become an agent. You begin as an associate. As you sell more insurance and recruit more people to your team, you rise to senior associate, director, senior director, and so on. Primerica made it easy for people to show up and say, here's a picture of how I can become $1 million earner. It's actually pretty good, to be honest with you. So I actually use Primerica for my not 401k, Roth IRA. So that's actually pretty decent to learn about this too as well. But this does sound like a pyramid type of business model, which is nothing wrong with that too as well, right? You recruit more people, you grow. It teaches you building a team, but then also too you're selling as well. So this is just like any other business, right? I don't know why people put such a hard thing on them. I think it's because they're aggressive salespeople, and that's what I like too as well. That's something that I'm learning from my team too. Um, this is where Jim Collins' book, Good to Great, Great by Choice, and How the Mighty Fall helped me understand how hierarchical structures, which are made up of people protecting their positions, tend to run off those who threaten their authority. Hierarchical structures tend to push good people away and institutionalize a certain complacent mindset. Even more harmfully, they discourage entrepreneurship, thinking like an entrepreneur from inside an organization. Many organizations ask their employees to think like owners, which translates to sweating the details, being more accountable, working longer hours, and so on. But too often, the concept doesn't extend to articulating anything concrete about rewarding these owners with professional and financial advancement. So a lot of times people tell their team to think like owners, but then they don't try to get them more money, ways to get more money. And they also don't try to get them more ideas to just rewarding, man. Sometimes people, especially nowadays, it's not just about money. People like the praise of that they did good, they're doing better, and they're doing their thing. So that's something that I try to pride myself in for sure with my team. I like to be completely honest with them, but I also like to reward them when they're doing good, but also to let them know when they're messing up too. I had to have a serious conversation with one of my representatives before, letting him know that I was literally thinking about firing you, but now you're doing so good that it's like you're doing good. This is your origin story, right? Just motivating them and inspiring them. When I thought about how to structure a career path for all the G teammates, I didn't want to stop at vice president. I want my team to be able to know exactly how they could ascend through my organization until they blew through the C-suite and became an actual partner with the small but tangible ownership of the company. At some point, I extend the notion of ownership to the idea of giving my client companies an equity stake in Audigy, thus closing the loop on incentivization, since their success will make them more valuable and their investments in Audigy more valuable. I have heard people talk derisively about Primerica as a pyramid scheme or tiered marketing and compensation scheme, as though the model was unethical at worst or irrelevant to traditional business models at best. Primerica uses a tiered compensation model in which employees are incentivized not only to sell a product or service, but also to recruit others to the company and to train them how to sell the company's products or services, after which they receive a percentage of each new hire sales. The practice has gotten a bad name thanks to some shady characters in certain industries, but I think it also received a bum rap. And I'm gonna end with that, right? You just talked about Primerica, this idea. I actually like this idea of a business model, right? Recruiting people, because it kind of does, even if you do it for your business, right? Using what's the word I want to say? Like they still do it now with what are they called? Ambassadors, like I am for Plan A, man. Shout out to Plan A. But the same thing, right? Using this business model in order to get more people to do the recruiting for you, so you don't have to do it yourself and continue to grow your business. But then again, like I said, that's all I had today, man. I want you guys to keep killing the day. Winners win, losers lose, and you pray for success like this. The name of this episode, the main point of this YouTube that we just went over has to go to the idea of just motivating your team, right? Making them think like owners, but trying to motivate your team in the right way. So that's really all. Again, that's all I have for you guys today. 2.0 out.